Wristwatch check. Rolex Explorer 2. Whoa, the lighting here is horrible. But guys, I'm here at the coffee shop in Korea. I wanted to talk about how I got into this hobby. How did I get into watch collecting and talking about watches? And it all basically began here because the first watch that I've ever owned was the Apple Watch. At that time, I remember uh, it was released, and I was watching kind of the release in this very coffee shop that I'm sitting today. Not at this table, the table that that table is actually taken. There's some students that are getting ready for tests. I didn't want to interfere, and hopefully I'm not too quiet. But what happened was when we went back to the States, I got myself the Apple Watch. And it was like around that year that my wife got herself this elegant long jeans, uh, what's it called? Flagship. This was my wife's very first watch. She gave it to her niece. She's like in college now, I think. Yeah, yeah. She's already 20 years old. I remember, man, time goes so quickly. It's crazy. But my wife got this for like $1,100, $1,100. We picked it up at Woodbury Commons in New York, and what happened was I had my Apple Watch, and my Apple Watch started kind of breaking down. Just battery started dying, it wouldn't hold charge, and just a lot of issues in general. And I remember seeing her watch on the table, kind of next to me. I remember picking it up and kind of running my fingers down the bracelet and realizing how nice it is. I mean, you have to see this bracelet. It is beautiful, very smooth, very smooth bracelet. And it's just a quartz watch, but also, so I remember like playing around with it and thinking, wow, this must be very comfortable. And then I saw the back, and I remember looking at the ship, looking down at it like this, mesmerized, thinking, wow, that is such a cool engraving. And that was kind of the first time that I thought of taking my Apple Watch and replacing it with a real automatic watch. That was the thought, the first thought. So once the seed was planted in my mind that I'm going to replace the Apple Watch with a mechanical watch, it was all basically downhill from there. But this was the watch that sparked the the moment. It's the watch that planted the seed. It was this beautiful little Longines flagship, gorgeous little watch. So you skip about 6 months forward, and we're at the Woodbury Commons again, and my wife has been kind of telling me get the watch for many years, but I was really reluctant. However, uh, with that seed planted, I said, yeah, let's do it. Let's go check it out. Let's look what they have. So we went, and we stopped by Tag Heuer because I remember she really vividly. She was telling me like, "Oh, Tag Heuer is for people for 30 to 40, then Omega from 40 to 50, and then Rolex is for 60 and up, or something like that. Maybe Tag Heuer until 30, then Omega from 40 to 50, and then Rolex from 50 to 60, something like that." I remember that she was telling me that, and we went to Tag Heuer, and out of everything, we picked up this watch right here. That's a Tag Heuer Carrera Twin Time. So it's like Carrera GMT, but it's not a true GMT because there's no jumping hour hand. There's just a GMT hand, and actually, so what happens is the GMT hand that jumps makes it impossible to use. But I had this watch. I wore it a couple of times. I remember also looking at that movement and being mesmerized at how amazing that caliber 7 was. Just, oh my god, at that time it was incredible. But I left it on the table for like I think one weekend. I left it on the table and just something happened and it just started going crazy. The watch, I told this story, but the watch, the seconds hand, it was running 5 minutes fast every day. So I had to give it to Tag Heuer for servicing. They fixed it, so now it's been running perfectly since then. But I remember like it being a really a turn off for me. Oh, why it's not opening now? What did I do? Oh my god! See, that's the problem with these Tag Heuers. What happened? Did I just break it or something? Uh-oh. Well, now the bracelet won't open. What the hell? Okay, I'll figure it out later. Man, that's the thing. So, however, I mean, look, it's not the worst Tag Heuer on the planet. There are many ugly Tag Heuers, especially when I went back to that Tag Heuer. I've been there many times since then, and they don't carry anything remotely as beautiful since the time that I got this one. But yeah, once this started going crazy, that's when I started looking for upgrades. And I remember Googling this watch, researching about it, and consuming a lot of wristwatch content, especially like the best watches. I remember watching like Archie comparing like Rolex to Tudor, and there was a guy comparing Tudor to Tag Heuer Aqua Racer, and then Aqua Racer was compared to like Oris or something. This was just everybody saying like all kinds of stuff. But I remember looking up this watch on Chrono24, and I purchased it for 2,300, and it was then going for 1,300. I mean, the value loss was just insane on this watch. So according to the words of wisdom at that time, the only watch that was recommended to buy at retail was a Rolex. I opened up the website, the Rolex website. I was really naive. I thought everything was available. I saw that Band of Daytona just in your face. It just blew my mind. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get this one. Forget about the Submariner, because I remember I was thinking about Submariner, but once I checked out the website, I was like, fuck, that's nice. But when I went to the store, as you guys probably know, they told me, oh, that's a waiting list only, and only for people who have a prior purchase history. And they offered me a Submariner, a Hulk, and the Batman. Obviously, I went with the sub, just the black dial. And I remember, like, after I had it for a couple of weeks, a month, really falling in love and connecting with the Submariner, and just thinking like, oh, I'm not gonna need the Daytona. I didn't even know it was called the Daytona, but I continued to be engaged in the community, watching stuff and realizing how valuable it was, and just realizing that, wait, thank God that I'm on the waiting list for the Daytona. So that's kind of the story of my falling into the watch hobby. These were the two watches that started it all. Both of them were passed on to family members here in Korea, and the journey continues. Guys, if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know how did your journey into wristwatch collecting begin. Please either leave me a comment or email me. I would love to hear. I would freaking love to hear your journey begins thing. hello@timwright.com. Email me, guys. Love you, and I'll see you on the live show.
bleu behind